Yes, people. How are we doing? How are we doing? Yes, we are back. We are back with yet another video. And international break is over. Football is back. Premier League was back. And no surprises. City in this game against Newcastle. But if you're here for the rant, if you're here for some, if you're here for rant, if you want to see me lose my head over a defeat, this is not going to happen in this game because this is something that I expected from Man City. I mean, these are the games that I know we lack the physicality. There are few things that we're going to talk about, but I'm not going to rant and rage and go ballistic on this team because I don't think we did. I don't think we did wrong. I mean, we tried our best. We created a lot of chances, and it all goes down to not being clinical enough in these games where I thought had we taken our chances earlier, had Haaland taken his chances earlier, which we have seen him take, I think we were up for it. I mean, we could have just buried this game all squares. But yeah, I'm not going to lose my sleep over this game. And going back to the game, there were a few things that really pissed me off. I think I don't even care if anybody believes me or not, but I think that was penalty. I don't care if Foden had just kicked the ball 1 second before, and you can't be doing that. It was a clear-cut penalty, and again the offside goal as well. I mean, I just don't trust this VAR by. I don't understand. It just looks really shady. I mean, because from the visuals that we saw and from the way they made us see the animated stuff, I think they just don't match. And whoa, I don't understand what was that. I mean, his flailing arm, his armpit, what was it? I just don't understand. I just don't trust this system anymore. But I'm not taking anything away from Newcastle. I think this Newcastle team did what we expected them to do. We had a beautiful preview where we discussed as to what should be the ideal lineup, and I kind of predicted that if it's a midfield of Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro Tonali, it is going to be very difficult for Man City. Or else, if either one of them is not playing, I think we'll overrun them. But what we lacked in this game was sheer physicality. I think both Foden and Bernardo had horrendous games. I think we were just not up for the races. I mean, we just could not compete with them physically, if I may say so. I think apart from, let's say, Nico Gonzalez, I didn't see anybody doing anything in this game in terms of midfielders. Again, Foden, we have talked. Foden had a bad game, and I think had he finished his chance, had Foden finished his chance, I think we would be not be sitting here and reminiscing that fact. I mean, yeah. So yeah, but so yeah, I kind of think this game where we lost is Haaland being not clinical enough, Foden being not, but we have to give it to them. I mean, they've been consistent enough. They've been consistent in so many matches for Man City that I kind of think, yeah, it happens. It happens to best of the teams. It happens to the best of the players. That there will come a moment in a season where you'll feel weak. And I understand City's fans' perspective as well. If they're losing their head, I don't blame them, but I am not going to lose my head because the season is so long. The season is so big. It's only game week 12. They're at week 38, and the journey is so long. And we have seen this with this Man City team, that this team just comes back. It comes back from the ashes. I remember one season where we were 8 points behind Arsenal after December, so we still captured them. And now it's not over for me. I mean, it is never over with Man City until I lose that game against Arsenal at Etihad. I'm not going to give it up. And yeah, I think one of the stupidest game that I saw in terms of refereeing decisions, both in terms of VAR as well as referees. And this is not an excuse. I don't even want to talk about them. I just want to mention that they allowed Newcastle to play that way. That referee allowed Newcastle to just kick everybody around the field, and that is what they were doing. I mean, if we go down and talk about individual performances, I think Donnarumma should be given a lot of credit for whatever he did for Man City. I mean, amazing saves, amazing, beautiful moments. I think Newcastle could have scored 4 goals just in one half. and it all boils down to his individual brilliance, and that is why I think he's going to be the difference maker for Man City this season. If Man City has to win anything, I think he's going to be very, very, very important for us, and that is how it turned out to be. This is what you expect a top keeper to do, to save your team when your team is struggling. But uh, my only concern with this team is that this is exactly what happened to us at Aston Villa as well. So when we went there, when we went there, Emery had a plan, beautiful plan against us. He executed that plan, and then he just defended his uh, goal like anything. And this is what happened today as well. When so Newcastle had a set plan, they were trying to press us very heavily in the first few minutes, and they realized that they are exposing themselves. They learned their lesson, and then they stopped pressing us. They only pressed Man City when Man City had ball, let's say at the feet of Donnarumma or Guardiola, so that they wanted to win that ball really high, and they were pressing really high, and they were successful in many ways. But the two players that I really want to talk about is Lewis Hall and Tony Livramento. I think their inclusions really changed the game for me, because I think both of them uh, did those overlapping runs, which was very difficult to control, because Harvey Barnes, who was the goal scorer in this game, he scored two goals. I think he likes to get in from the left, and when you have an overlap runner, it always confuses your left back or your right back to whom to trace and whom to go with. Yeah, Bernardo tried his heart out to cover those spaces, but yeah, I think it is very difficult to control a Newcastle team and a St James's Park crowd when they're up for it. So, oh, in briefly, I would say I think we were not clinical enough. We were not clinical at all, if I may say so, and that is why we lost that game. But I'm not going to lose my sleep on this game. I know it's a long season. I know Arsenal are yet to play that game, and I'm going to reserve my judgment till then. But I'm not focusing on Arsenal. I'm not focusing on Chelsea. I'm not focusing on any other team. I just hope we learn a lesson from this game, and we just come out a bit better in the next game, because I feel this is where I think City has a chink in their armor. I think they lack the physicality when Rodri is not there. I think in midfield, with midfield of Bernardo, Foden, and Cherki, I think we even though we have creativity, we have enough creativity. I think we lack physicality, and in games where teams are only there to physically dominate you, it really gets tough in an away game. So I don't mind. I don't mind. I wouldn't say I don't mind losing, but I kind of understand it happened. I would have been more surprised and more pissed off if City hadn't created anything from this game, which was not the case. I think they did create a lot of chances, and we just could not finish our chances. And lack of clinicality, lack of clear cut goal scorers, and pacefulness of this Man City team led to this defeat. And yeah, so this is my review of this game. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about apart from, let's just say, Newcastle were pretty good. They deserve their point, and yeah, we just move on. This thing just keeps on going. We just move on, and we just hope that we don't drop enough points now, and we just can regroup ourselves, play the Champions League game, and then it's Leeds next week. So yeah, we'll see you there. Bye bye.